that going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so given A is negative 2, 4, 1, 4, negative 13, 10, 3, negative 9, 6, find A inverse if possible. The book teaches this the same way they teach the 2 by 2. So they put negative 2, 4, 1, the line 1, 0, 0. Then they put 4, negative 13, 10, 0, 1, 0. 3, negative 9, 6, 0, 0, 1. Do all the reduced row echelon stuff to come up with the answer. Okay, this page was my first attempt. And another notebook back there was my second attempt at trying to do this the reduced row echelon way. I don't like it. It's too easy to make mistakes, in my opinion, and if I've screwed it up twice, and that was once last night and once today, trying it 2 different times, I think there's a better way to teach you guys how to do this. And I actually remember teaching this a different way back at my old school, way back when, but I don't have that same textbook. But I went online and found an even better way than the way I taught it way back when. So you're going to start with this, and you're going to change these to 2 by 2s to where you can find the determinant. And as long as you always pick the top row, this is going to work out the same. So this number that's here in this position goes out front. And then in behind it, you're going to now not worry about this row because that's the row that it's in, and you're not going to worry about that column. So the numbers that are left to go over here are the negative 13 and the 10, and the negative 9 and the 6. And now you're going to do the same thing. And this middle one is always minus. So if it's positive here in the matrix, it's going to be a negative 4 here. And if it's a negative in here, that's going to change to a positive. Okay, so your middle one is always a negative. But now, I'm going to stay ignoring this same top row. But it's this column that I want to ignore now. So it's 4 and 10 that are left to go in here, and 3 and 6. And then I'm going to do the same thing but with the 1, and this is a plus. So if this number is negative, then that would change to a negative. And now it's the top row and this last one that I want to ignore. And it's going to be 4, negative 13, 3, and negative 9. Okay, this is negative 78 minus negative 90 with the negative 2 out front. This is negative 4 times 6 is 24 minus 30. And this is a positive 1 and a negative 36 minus 39, so it's going to become positive 39, which that'll change to a positive. So this is 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. This is 6 times negative 4, negative 20, no, that's negative, so this is positive 24. And then this last one is positive 3. So that equals 3. That's just the first step.
So you
That's,
cross multiply?
yeah. You're cross multiplying and then subtracting in between. So if it's a negative, it's gonna change to a positive. So it's always the AD minus BC. Kinda like I wrote up there for the 2x2. And if you guys start thinking this gets to be a long process, just remember that when I tried to do it this way, 2 different attempts, both are wrong. I never could complete this right this way. This way I tried it once and I was done. So, the way I'm going to teach you is actually a shortcut method that I found a video from some India guy. Those people don't like to work math out long ways, so they find shortcuts. And here's the way he explained it. This 1/3 goes out front, but I have to find the numbers that belong in here so that I can multiply.
Wait, how'd you get to 1/3?
This equals 3. That's your determinant. But remember from the 2x2, it was 1 over AD minus BC.
Okay.
And so I do that process for all of them, add them together, and then I just put it on the wall.
Okay.
So, here's the thing. -2, 4, 1, 4, -13, 10. 3, -9, 6. This is column 1 and column 2, right? We're going to repeat those right over here. So I'm going to rewrite column 1, -2, 4, 3, and I'm going to rewrite column 2, 4, -13, -9. This is row 1, and this was row 2. And this was my original matrix, right here on the left-hand side of that dotted line. So I'm gonna do -2, 4, 1. And I'm gonna do 4, -13, 10, but I still need to fill in over here. So I repeat the -2, 4, and I repeat the 4, -13. Okay, so I just made a new 5x5 matrix, and now this and this get ignored. He calls it crissy-cross or something strange like that, but it's crisscross type multiplying, the same kind of thing we were doing up here. So -13 times 6 is -78. And then that's going to be minus, and that's a -90, so it's going to become a +90. That was 12. That goes here. And what he repeats so often in the video is you're multiplying column-wise, but you're filling in row-wise. So you're going to do this crisscross multiplication column-wise, but you're filling in row-wise. So now I'm going to multiply 1 and -9, which is -9, and 4 and 6, which is a +24. 24 minus 9 is 15, and I'm filling in row-wise again. Multiplying column, filling in row. And then I'm going to do 4 times 10, which is 40, minus a -13, which will become a +13. So this is 53. So we're multiplying column-wise, but filling in row-wise. And now I need to come back and I need to do that here. 10 times 3 is 30, minus 6 times 4, which is 24, and that's 6. So that goes here in my second row. And then I have 6 times negative 2, which is negative 12. 1 times 3, so it's minus 3, minus 15. And then I do 1 times 4, which is 4, and 2 times 10, and it's a negative 2, so it'd be negative 20, but then I have to add, so that's 20. My final answer should be 24. And then you're gonna do that with this last column. Negative 9 times 4 is negative 36. That's negative 39, but minus a negative is positive 39. So this is 3. This is 12 plus 18. Positive there, so minus 18 here. Gives me negative 6. And then 26 minus 16. And that gives me 10. And then your last step is to actually do this multiplication. So 12 divided by 3 is 4, 15 divided by 3 is 5. This is just going to be written as 53 thirds. 6 divided by 3 is 2, negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 3 divided by 3 is 1, negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. And I'm just going to write this as 10 thirds. Okay,